And I'm going to be waiting for all the interpreters to say it in the different languages. So we could, if we could have Esther or Armando repeat that. We're just going to get started now.
Mag-umpisa lang tayo sa isang sandali.
Okay, 我哋而家準備開始啦。
Wonderful. Well, thank you all for joining us today. It's great to see you all. Although I have multiple screens up, so I actually can't see you all at this very moment. I'll pretend like I see you all. Today, June 9th. Oh, it's also my parents' wedding anniversary. I forgot about that till this very moment. I'm Sarah. I work at Senior and Disability Action. And today is our June general meeting. So welcome everyone. Thank you for coming.
Bueno, bienvenidos a todos. Me da mucho gusto verles, a pesar de que tengo muchas pantallas frente a mi cara, no los puedo ver a todos, pero me da gusto que están aquí. Hoy día es 9 de junio, es el aniversario de mis padres. Y bueno, mi nombre es Sara, yo trabajo con SDA y estamos en la Junta General de junio.
咁佢係呢一個 Sarah 就係呢一個啦，係SDA 嘅職員嚟㗎。咁今日咧6月9號啦，係我哋嗰個啦係會員會議。咁實際上6月9號咧，亦都係佢即係話結婚嘅週年紀念。
So ako si Sarah at mag-umpisa tayo ng ating general meeting June 9. So, anniversary ngayon ng aking mga magulang. So, happy anniversary to your parents, Sarah.
Thank you. Today we're going to be talking about elder abuse. We're going to have a former SDA staff member here who now works at the Institute on Aging doing a presentation around elder abuse. And then we're also going to be doing some updates about the budget and our campaigns. And we'll also have some time for member connections because everyone has repeatedly said how much they like to be able to get to know one another.
Bueno, el día de hoy vamos a tener una charla acerca del abuso a personas mayores. Tenemos aquí a un invitado que era parte del personal de SDA o SDA y ahora trabaja en la institución de la tercera edad. Vamos a tener también unas actualizaciones acerca del presupuesto y las campañas y también vamos a tener un poquito de tiempo para que los miembros conecten porque he escuchado que a todos les encanta esta parte donde conectan y se conocen más.
咁佢話咧，我哋今日嗰個咧係主題嗰個議程啦，係講呢一個啦係虐待呢一個老人㗎。咁佢哋啦係由呢一個以前佢哋 SDA 啦一個職員啦係嚟負責㗎。咁咧，然後我哋亦都啦係會講下有關今年呢一個啦係市府資助嗰個啦係預算，同埋咧佢哋咧 SDA 所做嘅各種行動同埋呢一個運動。咁到最後啦，我哋亦都啦係俾啲時間咧係會員大家啦係可以係聯繫一下。
So sa araw na ito, ang ating pag-uusapan ay ang pag-aabuso sa matanda at kaugnayan sa mga miyembro dahil maraming nagtatanong at nagustuhan nila ang pag-interaction ng mga miyembro dito sa SDA. At pagtatanghal ng pang-aabuso sa matanda ay gagawin ng isang dating tiga SDA. So,
thank you. Now we're going to have Ligia do an explanation of our interpretation that today we're going to have in Tagalog, Spanish, and Chinese, in Cantonese.
Ahora tendremos a Ligia que nos dará las instrucciones a seguir para activar la interpretación y después de sus instrucciones en inglés Los tendremos también en su idioma, Tagalog, Español, Cantonés y Chino.
Am I telling them how to get to the Chinese channel? Jessica?
Kai, Lihia will be explaining, we have a PowerPoint that we use, and then you'll be repeating what how she's explaining. It's getting set up with the interpretation. So just follow along and then you'll have a chance to explain it in
Okay. 咁我哋啦係一陣間啦係會講俾大家聽啦，係點樣入去呢一個啦係中文台噶。咁我哋今日有菲律賓西班牙語同埋呢一個廣東話嘅翻譯。
Sa mga susunod, ang pagsasabihan ang pagsalin sa English, sa Tagalog, at Chinese, Espanyol, at Cantonese. Yun lang. That's it.
Okay. Can we get the screen?
Yep, just about to share slides.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. How's that?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, everybody. So we're gonna start with the language interpretation setup. Some of you were able to do it already. So this is to ensure that justice oriented understanding of language on this Zoom call. Okay. Next. Language interpretations are yeah.
Okay, vamos a comenzar con los arreglos de la interpretación y esto es para asegurarnos que tenemos la justicia en los idiomas, garantizar la comprensión en los idiomas orientados a la justicia en esta reunión de Zoom.
OK， 咁而家啦喺個熒光幕嗰度咧，佢哋打出咗嚟啦。如果你想選擇呢一個咧係聽即時傳譯嘅啦，一陣間佢會講俾你聽點樣做。
So ayos ng interpretasyon ng wika ng hustisya para maintindihan ng lahat.
Okay, ensuring justice-oriented understanding of language on this Zoom call, like I said before. Next. So if you are joining us from your computer, you know, to set up, you're gonna have to go on the bottom, and you can see on the panel on the bottom, you're gonna see a globe, you know, and then you can click on it and choose the language. And then you can, when you hear the interpreted language, you can, if you wanted to hear only that language, you can mute the original audio for more clarity, you know. And so if you are doing the meetings from your tablet or your smartphone, on your meeting controls tab, you're gonna see 3 dots. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna tap on language interpretation, tap the language that you would like to hear, and then mute the original audio. And once you do that, then you click done. So you're not gonna hear the other people talking, okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Para activar la interpretación, le pedimos que si nos acompaña por computadora, busque en la parte inferior de su pantalla un globo terráqueo donde dice interpretación. Si usted puede ahí apretarlo y seleccionar el lenguaje que usted decida escuchar. es importante que apague el audio original para solamente escuchar una sola voz, si dos voces le molestan. Si nos acompaña a través de un teléfono inteligente o una tableta, no encontrará el globo terráqueo, sino usted verá 3 puntos y la palabra more si las configuraciones son en inglés o más si son en español. Ahí va a elegir la interpretación, los idiomas, el idioma que elija. Le pedimos que apriete el botón, pero muy importante si utiliza la tableta o el teléfono que apriete la palabra terminado o done en inglés para que pueda activar la función. Le pedimos que se mantenga en el lenguaje donde usted está escuchando. Si va a compartir, hable en ese idioma y nosotros interpretaremos en el otro canal. Gracias.
佢話如果你想啦係聽呢一個啦係翻譯嘅話咧，你如果係用電腦咧，咁你喺底下啦係有一個地球形，你撳咗嗰個地球形之後咧，會有幾種語言嘅西班牙文啊、菲律賓文啊，同埋呢一個中文，咁你就揀一個，咁你咧就會入咗去個中文台，你就會聽到我講嘅。如果你係用手機或者係用平板電腦嘅啦，咁你咧就喺底下啦係有3點，嗰個3點裏邊啦，你撳嗰個啦，咁然之後咧就揀呢一個啦係翻譯嗰個啦，咁然之後你咧就揀呢一個中文。當你入咗去呢一個中文台之後咧，咁請你校咗做靜音，咁你咧就淨係可以聽到呢個中文，就聽唔到佢哋嗰個啦係英文噶啦。如果唔係咧，就會有好多呢一個啦係噪音嘅。
Interpretasyon sa Zoom. Sa inyong mga control sa pagpupulong web or webinar, i-click ang interpretasyon na may globe na icon. I-click ang wikang gustong marinig. At optional, upang marinig lamang ang wikang hilig, i-click ang mute original audio. Kung kayo gumagamit ng tablet o smartphone, sa inyong mga control sa pulong pag at optional, i-click ang buton para i-mute ang original na audio. Mute original audio. I-click ang done. Tapos na.
Language justice. When we talk about language justice, we talk about open and equal communication for all. Their responsibilities like disability access, similar to that. Everyone sets up interpretation on Zoom. And the tips that we have is speak slowly and clearly. Think about key points you want to make and keep it brief so you can take your time. Don't use acronyms or jargon. Stick to one language.
Are we doing this one simultaneous?
No,
after the other.
Oh, okay.
This is usually where we switch to simultaneous.
That's
Oh.
okay. So should I go? Oh, Sola's going in Spanish. Thank you, in the channel. Thank you.
So I'll put all the interpreters in the rooms and everyone should be sure that they have chosen your language.
Sa wika ng hustisya, bukas at pantay na komunikasyon para sa lahat, nakabahaging responsibilidad tulad ng tulong sa may kapansanan. I-set up ang interpretation sa Zoom. Mga paraan, magsalita ng marahan at malinaw, mag-isip tungkol sa mahalagang punto na gusto mong gawin at panatilihin itong maikli upang makapaglaan ng kanang oras. Huwag gumamit ng mga acronym o magulong usapan at manatili sa isang wika.
咁而家熒光幕嗰度咧打出嚟啦，係關於語言正義嘅。咁佢因為我哋想啦，希望啦係講唔同嘅語言嘅人啦，都能夠啦係有機會咧聽到我哋講乜嘢。咁但係咧，如果你要發言嘅時候啦，請你啦係慢慢講，即係俾時間呢一個啦，係翻譯員啦係可以啦係即時傳譯㗎。咁等一陣間咧，佢哋會將我哋啦係3個唔同嘅翻譯員啦擺入去3個唔同嘅台裏邊，咁然之後咧你自己已經選咗入中文台啦，你就會聽到我哋講乜嘢。
So have we set up the interpretation rooms and everyone should be in there at this point? Okay, great. Yes. Wonderful. Thank you, Lihia. Now we're going to have Betty do a little introduction.
Okay, I'm ready to go. Welcome, everybody. I'm Betty Trainer, the board president of Senior and Disability Action. And I think at least one other of our board members are here today. Cora McCoy is on our board, one of our newer members. I wanted to first say what a wonderful fun time we had yesterday at my favorite park in the city, Bodecker Park in the Tenderloin, a little 1-acre park that just has everything in it, and you'll have to visit yourself to see all that's there. So
Betty, can you slow down just a tad?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I tend to talk a little too quickly. So anyway, Bodecker Park's at the corner of Jones and Eddy, so please feel free to visit it. But we had a great time yesterday, and we had the added of having some children, a lot of children there, because it was the first day of their summer camp. So as someone said, it really added extra energy to our gathering. And the highlight, of course, was our wonderful tamales that Ligia was able to get for us. I wanted to mention a couple of things that will probably be talked about a little more at our meeting today. One is big news in the mayor's budget. Believe it or not, for one of the first times, the mayor has put in her budget money for senior housing, rental subsidies, and also there's money in there for elevator rehab and repair, and hopefully even some elevators that aren't in some of the SRO hotels in the city. So that will be talked about a little more, but we can thank SDA advocacy for some of this, because we were there, we contacted the mayor, we went to the mayor's office with letters. So I want to thank everybody that was involved in that. And then we'll hear more about our free Wi-Fi campaign, our wheelchair repair program, our No Masks on Muni campaign, and we're going to have a teach-in on the privatization of Medicare in June 20th. So there's just a lot of things. We're really busy. Some people think the summertime is a kind of take off and go elsewhere, but not SDA. We're working hard, especially in these budget months that we have to really get more money into the city budget by working with the Board of Supervisors next. So, and then lastly, I just wanted to mention, and this will take time to do this, we have a survey that we want everybody to fill out. I know some of you have already done it, but we want to know what you like about SDA, and if you think there might be some room for improvement. Hard to believe, but maybe there would be. So anyway, I wanted to welcome everybody, and I don't know if we have any new people here today. If we do, if you wanted to raise your hand and say hello, if you're brand new to our meeting. So welcome all the newcomers and everyone else. So I'll turn it back to Sarah to continue the meeting. I don't know if you wanted me to do the land acknowledgement or not, Sarah.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Real
okay,
quick.
I have a land acknowledgement that a person from another organization did at a meeting, and I liked it very much, and so I asked her if she could share it. So here's a portion of it anyway. We acknowledge that we are meeting on the traditional land of the Ramaytush Ohlone people. and pay our respect to elders, both past and present, as well as future generations. We recognize that the land on which we gather is the ancestral and occupied unceded territory of the Ohlone people. Let us consider our own place in the story of colonization and of undoing its legacy. We honor native land and accept our responsibilities as guests in this territory we call San Francisco, California. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Betty. I'm going to go over our group agreements, which are in the agenda. Would someone mind putting the agenda in the chat again, please? And it was sent out by email before the meeting, if you'd like access to it that way. So that our group agreements are to focus on a specific issue without attacking people, meaning if you have a disagreement, focus on the specific issue, not the person. Be gracious with ourselves and others. Be present. Ask for what you need. Be curious. Ask without judgment. And embrace collective access. And Jessica is going to talk about what that means.
Thank you. So collective access means that we all share the responsibility of making this space as accessible as possible for everyone. Sometimes we have to recognize there may be conflicting access needs. So the chat, for example, can be distracting for some folks who use screen readers, but it can also be a really good way for other people to participate where speaking up may not be as good. So we ask people to put important information in the chat. We'll put links and things there, but we'll try to not put too much, right? So kind of find a happy medium. And feel free to turn off your chat notifications. I think they call it disabling chat, which is funny to me. So you can do that if it's distracting to you. And any important information in the chat, we will be sure to read out during the meeting. We also have captioning. If it's not showing up automatically, you can go to, on the bottom of your screen or the corner, you should see 3 dots and it may say more or options, and you can choose show subtitle. If it's up and it's distracting to you, you can choose hide subtitle. And you can also go to view full transcript to see what you've missed if you want to see that. We want to remind people, I'm reminding myself to speak slowly so that our interpreters can make sure to get everything interpreted. And I think that's it. Am I forgetting any access notes? Oh, I just remembered we had an access point from one of our members that when people aren't speaking, please mute yourself because background noise can be distracting for people with auditory processing disabilities. Anything else? And if anyone has other access needs that haven't been addressed, please put those in the chat or reach out to one of us individually if possible. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we're ready for our next section, which David Williams is going to introduce.
Hi. I am muted, but it tells me to still unmute myself. Am I being heard or not?
You're being heard.
Okay. I'm David Williams. I'm well, at this point, it's a long time participant in SDA. When I first started working at SDA as a volunteer, Ali Chu, the person who's going to do our presentation, was a staff member at SDA. She trained me and supervised me for a couple of years as a peer advocate, and I've always appreciated her for that. I really profited from her, not in a monetary kind of way, but in a personal kind of way, from her insight, her knowledge, and her energy, and I've always appreciated her for that and want to thank her for that. She's now working with the Institute on Aging and Elder Abuse Prevention in their Elder Abuse Prevention Program. And she's going to be doing a presentation today with Annette Orduno. They'll be talking about elder abuse, what it is, how to spot it, and what to do. They'll be including new scams that come up in the latest couple of years during the pandemic. And we're happy to have her back, and Annette as well. So welcome, Ali, and on with the show.
Am I supposed to say something, or is it ready?
You're
We're
on.
ready for you.
Oh,
Yes,
you're
you
on.
are ready to go. Sorry, we should have let you know that.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Oh my God, coming back to general meeting and seeing Betty and, just remembering those time, getting things ready in the kitchen and seeing everyone. This is wonderful. And thank you, David, for your kind word. My name is Ali Chu. I am with the Institute on Aging Elder Abuse Prevention Program. I have Annette with me here. And somebody chat and say that if they can share, I think Annette could share the screen. If you could make her, give her that control, that would be great. Yeah, I think we're ready. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so so one access need I could ask. Thank you, Jessica, for saying that. If people could not chat during the presentation, I don't know how to turn the notification from chat off. Thank you for that tip. I'm gonna learn that. And then because it distracts me and I forget what I say when I hear chat. Because I use a screen reader. So this presentation is given by Annette and myself. So I should have changed the title here. I'm sorry. But we are here to kind of share information about general elder abuse. And Annette is going to talk about the scam part. So if we could go to the next slide, that would be great. Yeah, so this is basically, giving us a brief overview of what we're going to talk about today. Really giving us a basic definition of what elder abuse look like in California, because as you know, every state has different law, and kind of scam and red flag and things we need to look for. And in particular, some of the new information about unhoused population. Next slide, please. And I tend to speak fast, so if I'm sorry about interpreters, so I will make sure that I slow down as well. So on the screen, you have the definition of what elder abuse look like in California. Again, the age is, it's been 65 and over. And in California, we include dependent adult. When dependent adult are experiencing abuse, it's, for people who are mandated reporter, we need to report that and to be aware of that. And there's different type of abuse here that we have listed in the penal code, but we'll go into in a detail in just a little bit. I know I have 20 minutes, so I'm gonna be respectful of time. Annette, you wanna go to the next slide? So here we're looking at the population of the US country. It's really funny because I'm not from this country. So like every time I do a research, it's like, okay, we'll focus on just US. So I'm focusing on just US right now. Over 13% of population are senior people who are 60 and older. And a quarter of us identify ourselves as people with disability. And I just want to say that, this is like the thing you get in the mail or whatever, you filled it out, and we have to recognize that a lot of people don't fill it out, and a lot of people don't identify themselves outside of their house as people with disability for a lot of reasons, right? So just wanted to say that this number is what we know, but it may not be 100% accurate. Just want to really put it out there. Next slide, please. Here, I just kind of want to point out some information we gather on the internet. Nobody go to the library and find information anymore, right? So just want to really put it out that not every US state, would say that they would include people dependent adult abuse as part of elder abuse. So just be aware that when we speak to people who are different in different state, Chicago, whatever, they do not include dependent adult abuse as part of elder abuse. And then the rest is just really, I mean, I'm looking at the number, it's kind of scary, people with intellectual disability experience 7 times more sexual assault than people, without intellectual disabilities. So that's really scary number, in my opinion. And I'm sorry, I'm hearing things in my ear. And then the other statistic, which I knew, is 40% of women with disability experience domestic violence, comparing to people with women without disability. When I used to do a lot of work with domestic violence agencies, really preach on that and really getting people to understand that people with disability really experience different things. Yeah, for different reasons. So next slide, please. Okay. I'm trying to remember what slide I sent in. So who could be the abusers? Looking at the information on the screen, could be family member, could be just about anyone you can think of. Looking at the screen, anyone wanted to put it in the chat if I did not include anything you can think of that it's not there on the list? Cousins, bank, landlord, affiliate in the religion. Anybody else wanted to throw anybody else in? Like put in the chat.
We took out the chat for your request, but maybe
Sorry,
if people want
Sarah.
to, no, that's okay. If anyone wants to raise their hand, they could.
Right. Because I wanted to try to see if I can, make it more interactive. I did a mandated reporter training yesterday with DOS, and they couldn't. It's like a webinar thing, so nobody could say anything, and it was quite weird, like me talking the whole time. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody raise hand.
That's probably me, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Allie. Hi, good to see you.
Yeah. So
what
do you want to
occurs
say?
to me? Yeah, maybe an overly friendly new friend.
Absolutely. We're gonna get to that. Thank you.
Okay.
I hope I'm not that overly friendly new friend you have.
You're nicely friendly.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else that have put some thought? Thank you. Anybody
Susie,
else?
We left out hospitals and doctors.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we'll get to that in a minute. Yes, absolutely. They could be totally abusers. Yes. Whoever say that would be great. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, anybody else? All right. So let's go to the next slide. This is just a basic power and control wheel I have adopted. And not just to say, of course, we know that elder abuse is domestic violence is part of elder abuse, right? But it's not just within our house. So I just wanted to really share this PowerPoint because I really like the graphic. But in the next slide, we'll kind of go into detail a little bit. So Ned, go ahead. Go to the next slide. Thank you. So looking at this is basically like a text version of what we just have in the previous slide, and pointing out some important thing to know. For physical abuse, over and under medicating people is part of physical abuse. So I just really wanted to put that in and making sure that people know that legality of it. When we talk about hitting someone, pushing someone, physically, punching someone, doing things to people, over and under medicate is part of physical abuse. That's the legal definition. And to be really, aware that, people over and under Medicaid seniors and people with disability all the time, right? To control them, it's part of abuse, right? It's power and control, right? To control them and say, hey, I'm going to give you more medication so you can be quiet. You don't have to bug me all the time. Or you could just be sleepy, or you could just behave better, things like that. So that's a huge thing that we have seen a lot. I don't want it to kind of like go through nitty-gritty detail with thing. So, because you can kind of have this PowerPoint at the end of the presentation. One thing I really want to highlight is self-neglect. Elder abuse prevention program at IOA, we really, we host a lot of collaborative meetings, forensic center meeting, and we can see for over 60% of APS cases are self-neglect. And so now we have a complete separate set of meeting for focusing on just on self-neglect. And it's really, really hard. Those cases are very difficult. People who are not able to manage their money, facing eviction, people who are able to manage their environment, their body, their medication and stuff. And we have seen a lot of it. And so for that, we have really great partners, people from the street medicine, people from UCSF doctors, and we have all these different collaborative coming in and, really try to find way to support the client in those situations. So self-neglect is really, really tough. Yeah, let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, Annette, you want to take this part? Let me know if you need support, Annette. This is Ali.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute there. Hello, everybody. My name is Annette Orduno. I'm the program coordinator for elder abuse prevention at IOA. And I go by she, her. I have clear frame glasses on. My hair is down today with the headband. And so I'll go over the top 10 financial abuse scams here. Let me see if I can hide this. So the first is IRS. A lot of people are familiar with that. They get phone calls all the time asking for their social, different pieces of mail. So as we are getting more and more familiar, we know that the IRS will never call you or demand bank account numbers from you. They would always send a letter first, letting you know if there's any issues. Another popular one is a lottery. It's illegal for anybody to win a lottery that is not in the United States. You can't win lotteries from other countries. And it's illegal for lotteries to charge you any taxes or processing fees. So that also accounts for when the phone calls come in saying you want a cruise ship trip or vacation. Those are all false lotteries that are scams out to get your information and your name, your phone number, your email address, just to get you. I'm going to move to the next slide, Ali. For number 3, top 10 financial abuse is identity theft, of course. We always recommend to shred your mail if possible. We saw it, rise in the pandemic where a lot of people were robbing mailboxes just to find information to get into, when people were getting a lot of EDD and stuff. So there's a new way, people are adding sniffers to ATM slot machines. And so you slide your card in, you can pay as normal. You see it on the screen that it's accept your credit card and you're able to put in your PIN, but that also reader can also is attached, sends this information to a scammer. And so there's a few ways to avoid that. You can, just by the way the look of the ATM looks, ransomware is really popular. So if you were to get a pop-up on your home screen, your home computer, and it says an alert that you have a virus and it wants you to call a phone number, that can be a scam. Typically, ransomware scammers are trying to get into your home computer system, and they'll do, so if you were to open an email, that email can infiltrate into your system and then it'll pop up as like a ransomware. Once you call that phone number, then they'll get all your information. They can hijack your computer. They'll say, oh, we have all your photos and we can delete everything unless you give us some kind of, monetary award. And so there's a few ways to go about protecting yourself from ransomware. And one of the main ways we say is to go into a physical store like Best Buy, where they have the, sorry, Ellie, what's the name of the company?
The Geek Squawk. And when you are done with the section, and I seen that Ligia has raised her hand, so just,
okay.
Yeah, I'll insert that, yeah.
Sure. Do we want to go with the question now?
Ligia, do you have a question?
Well, I was gonna tell you that there is good to see you, Ali. That there is a new one. I just got one, especially now that we are at home a lot. Netflix, they're sending people, oh, your account has been suspended. And
Absolutely.
So just to make sure that people know about that one, because that one is a new one.
Thank you, Ligia. And yeah, this is Ali. And Annette, when you were talking about the computer thing, one of the things that we have seen a lot, I just want to supplement a little bit. A lot of time is we type a URL, and if you mistype, and I remember Glenn, our coworker, he was looking for Anna's linen. It's either one N or two N. He typed wrong, and the computer flash, beep beep beep. Oh, your computer is being, and give us money. We're gonna, and so it can really, it can just happen really split. So all you have to do is really don't panic. Unplug your internet, unplug your computer, let it settle, and then come back. And like Annette say, maybe take your computer to the store and stuff like that. There's a lot of spam out there, like Ligia was saying, Netflix, people are pretending Geek Squawk and they're calling you. People are pretending they are HP, they're calling you to fix your non-existing printer. So let's take one comment from Karen and then we'll move on. Karen, do you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that I have used PayPal, and recently I have been receiving numerous emails that look like they're from PayPal saying, you made this purchase, we've debited your account this much money. They're total phony. And if anybody gets an email like that, don't open it up, forward it to spoof, SPOOF, like Frank, at paypal.com, and then just delete it and they'll take care of it from there.
Thank you. This is Ali. And yeah, that's great. And also we wanted to report to the FTC, also the Federal Trade Commission, so we can kind of have a whole country database. So I'm going to mute myself. Go ahead, Annette.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a great, that's a great idea, because so many of these brands and companies are being, it looks legit. It looks like a real email. And once you open it, they're able to get in. Moving on to the top 10 financial abuse scams. Number 5, the grandparent scam. It's always really sad. They'll call you and they'll say, oh, it's your favorite grandson, or it's me, or, just because of Facebook, they know the name of your dog. And they'll say, oh, how's Rocky or something. They'll just get in making as if they know you or as if you know them. And once you say, oh, is this Billy? Oh, yes, it is. And they'll try to get in, to your pockets by saying, oh, please don't tell my parents, but I'm in trouble. I need a lawyer, or I'm in jail. I need bail money, or I'm sick. I'm in the hospital. I need medical bill help, but don't tell my parents. And so a grandparent, being the sweetest people ever, will of course try to help, whoever it is on the other line, and it can be a false. So just make sure that you make sure that you are aware of who you're speaking to and that you get confirmation that the story is real and that these people are in real danger before you go out and either purchase gift cards for them or transfer or wire money to them. And the sweetheart scam is really the largest scam that kind of imploded with the pandemic. More and more people being sheltered in place were going online to find friends, to find community, to find romance. And the romance scam is through the roof. I mean, they're calling it the scamdemic just because of how much the communication limits brought all these scammers into people's, homes and lives. The romance scam can take weeks and months. They'll even take years communicating, and then eventually they'll come in and they'll ask, oh, I want to come see you, but with COVID, I can't come. And so, oh, I want to come see you, but my car is broken down. And somehow, somewhere they'll try to get you to give them money. And once the money starts coming in, they'll just keep that relationship going and keep taking and taking and taking. And what we've learned is some of these romance scams have turned into money mules. So some of the victims have now become criminals without their knowing, because they're not only sending money, but they're also accepting money and trying to help this friend of theirs that's, a fake friend from online deposit or do fundraisers or something. And that all of that scam money is now making them the criminal. So that's very scary. It's something to watch out for. This is the information. It's a chart here from Q1, Q3 of 2021 of how much money was lost just to romance scams alone. So the younger demographic is scammed more often just because I think they're online more often, but the older generation, 60 and above, loses more money to romance scams, and it's more detrimental to their life and their life savings. And what was a new study came out that financial stress in the elder years is the second most deadliest, which is really sad. Now, the blessing scam was more popular here in San Francisco a few years ago. And so they were preying on superstitions. It was happening a lot in Chinatown. They were saying, there's an aura around you, there's a bad vibe around you, and if somebody's trying to harm you, I can break this curse. You bring me your jewelry, bring me, money in a bag, I'll do a blessing. And when you go home, the curse will be released or something. And then they'll swap out the jewelry and the money and give you rocks or shredded newspaper. And so now this kind of blessing scam has kind of, evolved into, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with GoFundMes. A lot of people go online saying they need medical bill help or, funeral assistance help. And the GoFundMes can be false and scams. So you have to make sure that the GoFundMe link that you have is legit to that family or that cause. Some home improvement scams are when you have to always confirm that your contractors are licensed through the state. We have a few links that we can share that will confirm the state licensing. We've heard different stories of the solar panel roofers. They'll come in and say, oh, let us install solar panels, you'll save all this money. And they'll go up onto the elders' roof, they'll bang around, and then they'll never install anything. And so they'll just take, all of the deposit and all of the funds and disappear, which is really disappointing. The last two scams, Medicare scam, very common. Those infomercials on late at night that say, oh, call this number and we can help you get these chairs or these walkers or something. Some of them, they're just trying to get your phone number, your name, your information, and then they'll do scams in another form. And so there are different links and different helps that we can connect you with that would get you the proper the proper assistance there. And pension poaching is more directed towards the veterans, and what they're trying to do is trying to get your pension before it's available to you, or trying to get you your pension is the scam, and say, oh, if you invest this much money here, or if you were to fund this fundraiser here, they'll just try to get your money tied up in different assets in different forms. And then it's not available to you, and the money is now disappearing somehow, some way into a different account. So it's a lot to look out for out there.
Thank you.
Before
Thank you,
we-
Annette. Mhm.
Ali,
just-
sorry. Before we go on,
Yes.
Elmira has had her hand up for a while, so
Mhm.
maybe is it okay if we take her question?
Yeah, I was
So-
going to address that. Yeah. go
Okay,
ahead.
great.
It's not a question. I was a victim of that scam. That I thought someone get my, because I sent money to the Philippines, and then I get a notice that somebody sent it to them. So I called the number, and the guy said that, oh, I will help you to recover that money. So we have to pretend that you are going to send your money again and put some money in the, and use this account and the password. So he tell me what to do. So I really believe that he's helping me. So I gave
Yes.
everything, all the information, and so at the end, he said that, oh, we're going to catch the people who did that to you. So we will, when they get the money that you sent now, we will put them, we will give it to the police. They will give me to police, and they will give me to the police, and we will catch them. But then at the end, after a while, they get my money, the $2,000 from my bank.
I'm so
Yes.
sorry. This is Ali. I'm so sorry this happened to you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
We
it was
hear.
last year. It was
Mhm.
last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, we see and hear this all the time. I was going to, and then if you want to go back to the previous slide, we hear this kind of story a lot, to
Yeah.
the people we are working with. We had someone whose partner had passed away. She was trying to close his account. And then,
Yeah.
and
That
then
now I learned my
Yeah.
lesson.
Thank-
So I don't,
Mhm.
I remove all my, they said that PayPal, something like that. So I don't follow them anymore.
Thank
I
you.
learned my
I'm so glad you
lesson.
spoke up. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Yeah, and then as I was saying that, so we had a situation where, she was trying to close her partner's account and things like that, and there was a thing. It looked like a technologist thing. She called the guy, say that he was Geek Squad, and she's like, oh, how much money, we need to close it. He's like, well, we owe you $300. I just give me a minute. I'll transfer the money. And then he came back online 2 minutes later. He's like, oh, my bad. I give you one extra zero. I give you $3,000 instead. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm gonna get fired. I'm in big trouble, blah, blah, blah. And then so he played this whole thing up, and she felt really bad for him. And she's like, oh, what can I do? What can I do? And he's like, so he's basically managed to get her personal information, bank information, to transfer the money back to him. And this whole scam came out, and it's really, really sad, people being taken advantage, and their partner just passed away. So just be aware that
Yeah.
scammers, they watch out for obituary, they watch out for all kinds of stuff. I just wanted to, with this last slide, I just really wanted to point out the pension poaching part. A lot of time when we work with veteran, this is something called the A in attendance. So, and that's for low income veteran to qualify, to get healthcare, home health aid to come home. And so scammer would say, to target some rich, veteran, rich man, like people who don't qualify for that, and say, okay, here, let me help you to qualify for that. You can get free home health care. I'm gonna help you hide your money. So what they do is they put their money in like really unreasonable investment, tied up their money and charge them fees to kind of illegally get qualified for the aid attendance. So I just really wanted to point that out, that when we work with veteran, or if you have friends who are veteran, just be really aware of the situation. Any other comment before we thank you, Annette? You wanted to say something?
Oh, just also for veterans, any of their paperwork that they don't have to pay for getting any of their history, their military history, and any of that information. Some companies try to, get them to pay a fee, but really those should be free.
Absolutely. This is Ali. Thank you for saying that. Yeah.
Hello. I have a question.
Hello, Pat Joan.
My question is, how do these scammers, particularly romance scammers, know that somebody they're trying to scam has money? There are a lot of low-income seniors out there. So how do they actually know that it's worthwhile to scam this person?
This is Ali. Thank you for asking that question. I think that, through building that relationship with you, right? Like if I'm a scammer and I want to know if you're worth of my time to steal money from, I'm gonna get to know you. That's why, like Annette say, sometimes it can take months and years for them to take action, and a lot of time people, we don't have a lot of money, but when they make the story so real and for you to kind of move your emotion, right? You may borrow money and do all kinds of stuff to help this quote person. We recently have a case in our one of our meeting where this person had never met the person. They've been online for a long time, and she was going to take all her pension out. It was a really horrible situation, and and she's like, this is my fiance, we're gonna take the money and we're gonna open a gym in Oregon. And she had never met that person, and it's very hard. Yeah, but thank you for asking that question. I think Sarah had a hands up, or somebody.
Yes, I was just gonna say we have about 5 more minutes.
Gotcha. Yes.
And there are a number of questions, and I have to say one other answer to Pat's question. Sometimes it's just sheer volume. For example, I actually participated in a scam recently because I got a text from what looked to be my credit card, Citibank. And when I clicked on the link, I don't know why, sometimes you do these things, it looked exactly like the opening page to my credit card company. It was exactly the same format. So I entered all the information because I thought I was dealing with my credit card company. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I just gave somebody all my information. But luckily my husband's the smart one in the family. He has a credit freeze on all of our credit. So if that's something you can figure out to do, they're just going to move on, because they can't open a credit card with your information if they can't get to your credit. If your credit is frozen, there's nothing they can do. So if you go to the FCC, they have a lot of information about how to do that. The website for the federal,
Federal Trade Commission.
Federal Trade Commission. And that's something that the peer advocates could also help you with. But anyway, they just moved on from me. They pick you. If you can't comply with all the stuff they need to do the scam, they move on. It's just sheer volume.
That's right. Thank you, Sarah. So since we have limited time,
can you wait, Emelita? We want to make sure that they can get through their presentation, and then we'll have time for your question. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's get through the presentation. And as you know, I can talk fast, but I'm gonna try not to. So just go back here. Yeah, so here are some reasons that people don't report abuse. What I meant by report is tell other people about it. Shame is number one. We always talk about how elder abuse could be family members, could be somebody we trust, right? How shameful it is if I tell other people that my son, who I raised all my life, is abusing me, right? So it's shame. it's fear of retaliation, it's fear of losing independence, and the list goes on, right? So really, we wanted to really be compassionate and understanding to people we check in on, and to people we are, taking care of, and to our friends who might be experiencing abuse. Next slide, please. These are the red flags that we wanted to really be aware of. Because of COVID, we really don't meet people much. So we were able to see people and get together with people at different settings. So we can kind of see those red flags and get to be aware of those red flags. And now that we are almost all online and hopefully getting back in person more, we really just wanted to pay attention to all of this. Somebody had said that new friend, suddenly you have a new friend, and new friends doing all the stuff, cashing your check for you, doing your grocery. And we want to really be aware of, our grandma, our auntie having a new friend. Not just a bad thing, but just be really aware of that. Changing the appearance is also something that we really wanted to be aware of. Somebody always come in dressing nice and putting up their hair, and then they come in, now it's completely different. Something to be aware of. Next slide, please. Just really wanted to let folks know that who are the mandated reporters. The list is on the screen, for people, and somebody brought up medical, providers. They are mandated reporter, and they really need to kind of make sure that they make the elder abuse aware to people. The people who is not the person who is not a mandated reporter is a lawyer. So they have that client and lawyer privilege contract. So they are not mandated reporter. Next slide, please. Just really wanted to let folks know that, we have a really good, I've worked, and a lot of people know that about me. I've worked with a lot of different nonprofit organizations in the past, and San Francisco APS is really a great entity. Now that we work with the 45, social worker, they're really, really great. And a lot of them go above and beyond to really support the clients. So just really wanted to make sure that people know that they could call APS to make consultation. This is a little, just little information.
Allie,
about,
just Allie,
yeah.
What's APS?
Okay, sorry about that. So APS is, this is really embarrassing. I'm so sorry. APS is Adult Protected Services. They are a county-based workers. Yeah. So when we make a report, when we call, those are the people we'll be calling for to make the report. Next slide, please. Yeah, so these are just kind of basic information about what they do. We don't really need to go into it. I just wanted to show people the slide. People can kind of take the slide and contact Annette and I, because I know that our time is up. What's next slide? Yeah, so people kind of go through it, take a look. I know that this is not super accessible, but we are running short of time for people to be aware of the services out there. Next slide, please. I think that's about it. The rest is understanding that APS do cross-reporting when we, if there's a criminal situation, of course, self-neglect, there's no criminal activity in that sense. Next slide, please. This is just really basically talking about what the EAP, what we do, who we are. Next slide, please. These are the list of MDT and meetings that we host. If folks ever wanted to attend the quarterly MDT, that's the multidisciplinary team meeting, to kind of learn how people handle certain cases, they can get on the email list with us. We brought the elder and disability death review back to San Francisco City and County, and I had added the definition in to really make sure that we review the cases where people with disabilities cases are reviewed. We really want to make sure that, if we need to propose policy change, those are included. Next slide, please. And there us, Annette and I and Glenn, So if people have any questions, information, sorry for rushing through the last part, please feel free to email us, give us a call, and we can always do consultation and see, how we can support you. If people have questions, I'll follow your lead. Sarah?
I think Emelita had a question. Thank you so much. That was really, really informative. I think that we all learned a lot. I know I did. I learn every time from you. We are running into our break time, but I have a proposal that those who would like to just stay on and chat with you can, but we do want people to have the opportunity to take a 5-minute break. Jessica has reopened the chat, so you might ask questions there. And I think what we'll do, we'll break. If you have more questions for Ali and Annette, though, please, feel free to do that. And also during our break, if you would like to fill out our survey, we would like you to fill out our survey. So if someone has that handy and you can put this survey in the chat, that would be great. So we're gonna come back. Oh, and you can win a gift card, a $25 gift card. You'll be entered for a gift card. So we're gonna leave it open for folks.
Becky has her hand up.
Yes, for more questions, but feel free to we're gonna take a 5-minute break and we're gonna come back with the next section in 5 minutes. Thank you, everyone.
This is Ali. If people have questions,
I think Emelita has had a question. So Emelita, do you want to go ahead?
I think I filled out my survey and got it. It was completed.
Coming up, we have a member connection time right now. But if you feel you still need a break for a moment, that's fine to do what you need to do to take care of yourself during the meeting. So, but right now, Cora is going to introduce our member connection time. Cora, you're on mute.
Sorry. Hello, everyone. I'm Cora, and I'm still excited from yesterday, coming and seeing faces that I hadn't in person for a long time. So for us to get a little more connected, we have, if you have your agenda, in 3 minutes or less, you can choose to let us know about a time when you were scared, but to do it, but you did it anyway. So I will share that when I was much younger and went to an adult camp, and they had all type of activities, and one was swinging across the valley with a rope individually. So I said, oh, no, no, no. But I said, I should be strong enough to do it. And though I was fearful, I did it, and it was just rejoicable. So anyone else would like to share?
Actually, Cora,
yes.
I'm sorry, that was wonderful. Thank you for sharing your experience. We're gonna actually break people up into small groups, and we're not gonna be doing report backs. This is just a time to share with each other, and we'll have about 10 minutes in the small groups to spend some time chatting with each other. And you gave an awesome example from your experience, so thank you. And there are other questions too. You can choose amongst the questions we have
submitted. Yes.
Yeah.
So are we going to go into small groups now?
Yeah, we're going to do about 8 minutes in the small group. So that is less than 3 minutes descriptions. How about more like 1 minute?
Okay.
And we're going to do, we need maybe one group that's in Spanish and one group that's in Tagalog. I think that's how we should do it. And then and then folks can just be together, or another method. Sorry. This is like the moment of the general meeting where we go and we talk like this for a second, but we can't do that.
Could we just ask first people to raise their hand? You can either raise it physically or use the Zoom icon if you want to be in the Spanish room. And then I'm going to ask Sarah to tell me while I'm looking at the breakouts.
And
sorry?
I'm counting. I see Ligia so far.
You can put Flor and Priscilla with me.
Okay, perfect.
I'll go in that one too. So it's bigger.
It's already big.
Raise hands for which one?
Only for Spanish.
Oh, for Spanish.
And now let's do Tagalog. If you want to be in the room with Tagalog, please raise your hand. No one?
We don't have anyone raising their hand for that.
Okay, then we're going to be ready to go in 1 second.
And we'll bring you back in 8 minutes from the small groups.
Here you go.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hi.
I'm gonna
Hey, let's just get to it.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
gonna
just
put
start.
the prompts.
Okay, great. And we're going to say less than 3 minutes because that would make us at 12 minutes. So that's not going to work. Hi, Jane. Haven't talked to you in a while.
Hi.
Hi. Why don't you get us started? Can you see the prompts here, the questions about like something you want to share with us?
I don't have that information.
Okay, how about
Hey Karen, Patrick, Kathy, how you guys doing? All I'm seeing is black screens. Also, if people need a break, that's fine. Hey Kathy. Oh, you're on mute. I can't hear what you're saying. You're still on mute. Yeah. Let me see if I can ask to unmute. A little thing should pop up where it says like you can unmute. I feel like Zoom always makes it tricky. They're like, what way am I going to stop you today? I still can't hear you. Unfortunately, I think you're still on mute. Did you see anything pop up on your screen saying ask to unmute? Okay, give it another go. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. It's weird. Still can't hear you. Are you able to, are you clicking the mute button? Okay. Sometimes if you hold the space bar down too, that can help.
There it is.
Oh, cool, cool. Okay. Hey, how you doing?
So Edith, did you get my message?
No, I haven't yet. I've just been in general meeting. Did
No,
you text
I
me
left
back?
it. I left it late last night on
Oh,
it was a phone call. You called me and I didn't listen to my phone till.
oh, gotcha. Okay.
So it was something about today, which I can't.
Yeah, that's okay. I had called you about, we have a meeting with Supervisor Melgar at noon, virtually. Not the supervisor herself, but her aide, Lila, about the senior operating subsidies. And we're going to talk about all of SDA's budget asks, but I wanted to see if you were available to attend and just.
I can't do it today.
No, that's okay. No worries. I know it's short
Work
notice.
Work is starting in the midterm elections in November, so I'm committed to a meeting.
Yeah, no, that's just fine. Yeah,
so
no.
what chat room? Are we in a chat room? I guess
we are. Yeah. We're here with Karen, Patrick, I think our captioner, Emily, and yourself. I haven't heard anybody speak yet, so I don't know if maybe people went on break or if they don't.
I went on break. What are we what are we supposed to talk about?
Yeah, Cora introduced it. It's just a quick little thing about, in 3 minutes, tell us about a time you were scared, but you did it anyway. You can talk
all the
about
time.
I know. You can talk about what you do with $1 million, kind of those like fun little icebreaker prompts. Let's give an example when someone has been kind.
Example of somebody who's been kind.
Yeah.
So that's great news from the mayor. My God.
It is. Yeah. We're trying to figure out
that's fantastic.
The digits part of it now. That's the big problem, because she says 4 million, but when you look at the breakdown, which is great, we're glad we got anything, right? But when you look at the breakdown, she's saying 4 million for the next 16 years, and that's it. Yeah. So that's, that's
we mean successful.
She's saying, no, this $4 million will stretch out for the next.
What?
Yeah, which is ridiculous. And they're saying
God.
It'll only be 28 units of deeply affordable senior housing. So,
she's
using it as very much a talking point. Like, we're glad she listened. We're glad she's responding to us at all, right? But that's not sufficient. And she's really touting it around like a big flag, like, oh, look, I did something. And,
she's really devious.
Yeah.
Right. It's the truth. I mean, you can't imagine when she was running for office, she would not even come to our meeting or any housing group meeting either, for that matter.
Really. Yeah, that says a lot.
Oh, too busy. Or I'll get back to it says a lot.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, how they spend their time, who they talk to.
Yeah.
But that's why we're talking to supervisors these 2 weeks of trying to find someone on the board who's willing to support us and push back on those things. It looks like Supervisor Marr definitely will be asking questions during the budget hearings of, we kind of gave him the information of like, why is it like this for 16 years? Where's the disability operating subsidy? I just spoke with one of his aides, Lee, this morning, and they seem pretty supportive of that. So we're hoping to get more supervisors on board.
4 million over 16 years?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Well, Edith,
yeah.
Hey, I'm not. Hi, hi, Kathy. I've never heard of anything like that. I don't know if this is something brand new, but it's at least it's beyond my experience. But I'm wondering, that certainly couldn't stop attempting to get more in future years. It's just this bundle of money, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But I think, yeah, we're not going to stop trying to get more money. That's for sure. But it is a problem that MoCD only wants to stretch this out over 16 years, because our fear is that they're going to say, you know, we gave 4 million and we're done and we're not going to add any more. The other thing we're looking at is the way that they broke the budget down is pretty confusing. There's two separate funds. One from state fund. Oh, I guess I only have 30 seconds. The state fund, and then the District 7 fund that previous supervisor Yi started. So it may not be that much of an increase to begin with. So we have some folks like Gen from CCDC and some other more legally minded, budget minded folks who are looking at it and making sure that it is an increase, because it's 4 million, which is great, but it's definitely not what we, not all of what we need yet, and certainly not for the elevators either. But I'll see you guys in the main.
You made my. So I just want to shout out to you guys, because you made someone's day who's 84 years old, who is suffering from isolation, and he has a new grip right now. And I just
thank you, Liza. That was really beautiful. For those coming back, Liza joined us during the break and was sharing about someone who was talking about people having a voice and speaking out and being heard at the park yesterday, someone who didn't know anything about SDA.
Lisa got lots of energy. I met her in that stairway in the city hall. Oh boy, you're good. In person, I just cannot stand with this Zoom anymore. I got to go out and meet people. Yeah, Lisa and Liza and.
All right, wonderful. I know we want to keep these connections going. We're coming back from the breakout rooms, which means you need to select your language.
Breakout room.
Sylvia, let me finish, please. You need to select your language again. Either English. We don't actually have Chinese anymore, so select your interpretation language now, please. And then we are going to hear from Edith and Jessica about the budget season. We are in 'tis the season, the budget season.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm just gonna spotlight myself. This is where you get a peek behind the curtain. All right. There we go. Okay, cool. Oop. Did you try spotlighting me, Jessica? There we go. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, cool. So yeah, I was just talking with Karen and Kathy about this in our breakout room, because we kind of devolved from the fun talk into budget talk. But yeah, we've had some pretty good, we've had some wins. I'll say that in terms of the senior operating subsidies and the SRO elevators. Like Jessica and Betty said at the beginning of this meeting, we're very glad that the mayor heard our requests. So that is a win, even though we were included in the budget. So the mayor has proposed a $4 million, thank you for sharing screen. Awesome graphic. So the mayor proposed a $4 million, I'll slow down a little bit. The mayor has proposed a $4 million budget allocation for senior operating subsidies. What we're working on now is making sure that they can commit to adding a disability operating subsidy. If you haven't heard of senior operating subsidies or disability operating subsidies before, they basically fill the gap between what is labeled affordable housing and the amount that people need in order to move into deeply affordable housing. So it's a subsidy that fills that gap. So that's what we're working on right now. Is the funding is a great start. We need more of it. And we also need to make sure that there is a parallel program for people with disabilities of all ages. In terms of the SRO elevators, the mayor proposed $10 million for all nonprofit capital repairs. So that's not super specific, but from what we've heard, it seems like elevators are intended to be a part of that, and from her office. But we just want to note and recognize that part of the Prop I, the set of recommendations that oversight board put out, recommended that $10 million were set aside just for elevators and SROs alone. And the mayor has set aside $10 million for all nonprofit capital repairs. So, you know, we're glad that elevators are on her mind, but we know that that's not going to be enough money to fix as many elevators as are needed, to install the elevators that are needed in so many SROs that don't have them currently. And this is, you know, something like Yessie and I were talking yesterday. This has been something that SDA has been fighting for a long time, and people have been ringing the alarm for a long time. And while we're glad that there's something in the budget, it's not enough. So we're going to be pushing consistently for new things. And we have some exciting rally and other information. Did you want me to share that now, Jessica, or do you want to move on to the other budget asks?
I just want to like stop for a second and kind of celebrate the momentum of where we are. As Edith said, we're certainly not done pushing, but this is the first year in forever, maybe, that this mayor in particular actually responded to housing needs facing seniors and people with disabilities. We often get some wins through ad backs with the Board of Supervisors, but to get the mayor to recognize that these things are important means that the work you all are doing is working. So it's really incredible to have money for senior operating subsidies set aside, and to have her saying that she really understands how important it is that elevators are working. So congratulations to everyone. The slide up here says hooray in colorful letters. It says the postcards, phone calls, and other advocacy are working. And then of course that there's more work ahead. So, so it's also very encouraging, right? That coming out is not just like, okay, well, we'll do it and we'll hope it works, but we know it is working. And so, so yeah, Edith, I think Yessie, if you want to talk about the elevator action, and then we can talk about public comment day and how important this is to keep going. And we'll take comments and questions afterwards. Yessie, do you want to go next?
Sure. Thank you, Edith and Jessica. Sorry, I'm not gonna be on video. Taking a little camera break. Thank you all for sharing. But yeah, along with that, we have some exciting upcoming event. We're gonna do a little mini. I'm sorry, I'm gonna slow down. I'm going fast. We're gonna do action on the 22nd at City Hall. So we need to get as much people as we can, especially people with wheelchair, to come and maybe possibly block the elevators at City Hall around 1 p.m. So we want to come in, have at least 3 elevators to be blocked, wheelchair people to come in, just kind of like, you know, let them know that we're here. They need to see us, and that this is something we need to happen. We need the elevator permit to go through, and that we're representing our community. So we need you to come up and show up, as you all always do. And so, yeah, and the 22nd City Hall, it will be me, Edith, and a couple other people that already confirmed. So please come, and it's going to be fun as well, to just see how the people in City Hall, how do you know, we want them to feel how we feel when community are stuck in elevators and having horrible accessibility and stuff. So please come, bring your friends, and bring along people who have wheelchair, even better. So we already have a few people who said they will come. So we just need, you know, you guys to show up. So yeah, really hope to see y'all there. And then we're also gonna have public comment on the 24th. So we're gonna prepare around the 15th, the 15th, around that time, we're gonna prepare on public comment. So we can also make video public comment, which is great. That's powerful. Why not? So we just need to see, yeah, we're gonna send out email, but we want to see how many people will do a video comment or in-person comment, which is even powerful to do in-person comment, because we're gonna be there, support each other. Yeah, so the 24th we'll do final public comment, but we can prepare on the 15th how we're gonna approach this, yeah, this coming public comment day and stuff. So we can do in person, phone calls, as well as video recording. So you just tell your story, you know, and why this is highly important for us. Really appreciate everybody's effort working together, and I really hope we can see you guys there. Thank you. Sorry, I hope I didn't go too fast. Thank you.
Thanks, Yessie. And we almost forgot that we're part of the Budget Justice Coalition to make sure that all of our groups are not pitted against each other, but that we push the city to find funding for seniors and people with disabilities and families and racial justice groups and everybody, right? We know it's possible. So there's going to be a rally for budget justice the morning of Friday, June 24th at 9 o'clock. So that's at City Hall. If you can come out to that, great. We haven't figured it out yet, but I'm sure we'll live stream it so people can participate on Facebook or on Zoom. And then we'll go in to speak afterwards, or again, people can participate by video and phone. And Sarah says in the chat, there's a lot of dates. Can we list them all in a row here? So yeah, it sounds like Edith is working on that. We'll get that out in the next few minutes. So the key is that we've got 3 weeks of the budget season, the city budget season ahead of us. So we are asking people to do a lot. June is always busy that way. And then in July and August, we get a little break. And we're going to take a break from some of our program meetings and things too, and have hopefully a nicer summer. Well, nice in terms of relaxing. This is nice too in terms of winning real change. So the other budget ask that Senior and Disability Action has is about wheelchair repair. And I'm just going to mention it quickly now. I'm sorry, we don't have a lot of time, but I think people have heard about the importance of making sure that there is repair service available for people that can't get it, because it's very hard to get through insurance, and people who don't have insurance have no access. So that's the other big ask. We already have some funding committed from Supervisor Melgar, and so we're pushing for a little bit more. And then we're supporting the Keep Us Connected ask, which is a broad coalition ask about digital equity, right? So it's connected to our free Wi-Fi campaign, and pushing the city to fund devices and training and all the infrastructure that's needed to make sure that people have access. And thank you to Peter for that information as well. So we're going to put all the dates for the budget work in there, but definitely put in your head Wednesday, June 22nd is the elevator action at 1 o'clock. And then Friday, June 24th is public comment day, in person or remotely. I also wanted to share that it's also state budget time, because, you know, they do all their budgets at the same time. And we are always pushing for more funding for SSI. I don't think that's looking great this year, unfortunately. What is looking good is the bill we've supported about changing the share of cost for Medi-Cal and IHSS, so that people who are just over the income limit will only have to pay a little bit to get on, and not the hundreds of dollars that has been the case for many years. So that is really good news, and we'll let people know about future opportunities to support that. And we're not taking a lot of action this year for East Bay budgets, but I'm sure we will in future years. We will be supporting other groups as far as asking for mental health funding, though. And I think that covers it on budget. Sarah, do we have, yeah.
I think Frank, did you have a question about the budget?
Well, I did have a question having to do with the elevators situation. And I perceive that there's a need to change institutionally from a situation where a nonprofit organization would seek to allow its second floor to become accessible to wheelchair-bound people. However, when one of the people looked into some of the technologies, there were solutions that were available in the $10,000 range to $20,000 range, but in this jurisdiction, they are prohibited. Instead, the expenses are $100,000 to $200,000 for maybe some changes, or even over $1 million for a new installation. Now, I think there's a need to change the financial institutional structure so that that is not the impediment that we would be facing. Thank you.
Thanks, Frank. And I want to encourage everyone who's interested in the elevator campaign to connect with Yessie, and everyone who's interested in the wheelchair repair campaign to connect with Lihia. And if you don't know their information, talk to anyone on staff and we'll connect you.
Excellent. I think we are ready for announcements, and we'll start with program area announcements. Are there any program updates that folks would like to do in the announcement section? And then after that, we'll open it up, and anyone who has any kind of announcement can give that. Hi.
Yes, let me hold on one second. Let me make myself visible. Here I go, right now. There I am. First, a quick note is that, and our transit justice program, it just got awarded from the Department of Public Health a continuation of Safe Streets for Seniors grants, a continuation for the next 3 years. So I just wanted to put that out, but what I wanted, and we will get back to everybody exactly what that project will entail, since we're in negotiations at this time. But in the meantime, we're in the phase of our Gimme Shelter program, where we want to flyer all bus stops that don't have a bus shelter and or seating throughout the city, since there's only about 35% of the bus stops out there with seating and shelter. So, and being that it's near the end of the fiscal year, we have some stipend money to help us. So if anybody's interested in helping us getting the flyers out to these barren bus stops, because they don't have shelter, please contact me and we can arrange what route you can do. And again, we have stipend money for reimbursement on this. So please contact me. We're going to be doing it for the next 2.5 weeks, just covering all bus stops that we can. And that's it. And I'm going to put my contact information into the chat.
Thank you, Pi. All right, I'm going to call on Rhea, and then Peter, and then if there are any other program updates, and then Maya. Rhea, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. I just wanted to announce some wonderful recent victory in our Masks for Equity campaign, which many of you have been involved in. We recently got an indoor mask requirement in Alameda County, so covering Oakland, which is really exciting. And we're still pushing for San Francisco and other surrounding counties in the Bay Area. But this covers AC Transit and East Bay Paratransit, which we've been working on, and BART already has their own mask mandate. So yeah, just some positive momentum in that campaign. And if you'd like to get involved, please let me know and I'll add you to our email list. And I'll put my email in the chat, so you can also email me. Yeah, shout out to Alyssa and Maya and Rebecca and others here who've been involved in that campaign.
All right, Peter. Yay for victories, Peter.
Ooh, victories. I am just announcing something for East Bay folks. Maya, you're putting it in the chat. That's great. We're on the same page. The 22nd of June, so the same day that there's a San Francisco focus action, there is an East Bay focused event. We're partnering with Spectrum Community Services to put on a workshop to help folks access a program that will reduce essentially energy costs. There's also weatherization program that this group assists with, and a very recently created water bill assistance program. And so we really want to spread the word about this as much as possible. Kudos to Maya for connecting with this organization and thinking about how we can bring it to more folks so that people can access this really pretty robust benefit in many cases. So that's the LIHEAP, Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. And then there are a couple other programs that might be part of that community presentation with Spectrum Community Services. It's Wednesday, June 22nd from 4 to 5:30 on Zoom. And we will be spreading the word. But if you're in the East Bay in Alameda County, then please come out for that, and please share the word with folks. We want to make sure as many people know about it as possible.
Okay, I'm going to call on Lihia, and then actually I have an announcement, and then Maya or Lihia.
Yeah, hi everybody. So we have a teaching about how Medicare is getting privatized and what you can do to stop that. So the teaching is going to be June 20th, Monday, June 20th, from 5 to 6:30. And if you want additional information, you can contact me. This was also in the e-news, if you got it. I'll give you my email and phone number. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Something wrong with my keyboard.
Okay, so I'm going to make a quick announcement that on Thursday, I know there's so much going on right now, but Thursday, June 23rd at 5 p.m., all of you received the information, and I'm just reminding you that you're all invited to an estate planning workshop. That'll be a free workshop about all sorts of end-of-life planning questions you might have. Actually, somebody else who was involved with planning for elders before it became SDA a really long time ago. She was the ED. She's now an elder law lawyer, and is going to be sharing her wisdom around estate planning with us. So please register. I'll find the link and put that in the chat. Yeah, so I'm going to call on Maya, who's patiently been waiting for quite some time now, and then Jessica.
Cool. Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. Well, Peter, thank you for doing the announcement about the East Bay Spectrum Community Services LIHEAP event. And just to say, if there's any folks in this group that are from East Bay organizations and you'd like to co-sponsor, we would like to co-sponsor this with as many organizations as are interested, so that we can, it's a free workshop. It's a free service. I actually initiated it because I'm getting over $500 off of my PG&E bill, and I already have a discounted bill, but and I was having trouble applying for the LIHEAP program online. And someone came out and helped me fill out the application. And I was like, I know a lot of seniors and disabled people that would really like to learn about this. So please do pass on the word. And then the other thing was just, I am a disability justice organizer and come out of a lot of arts communities. And there is an event tonight, but I also wanted to sort of widely say is if you're wanting to develop better COVID protocols and disability access for arts and performance and grassroots organizing and event and demonstration access, that's definitely something I'm interested in. And this particular event that I put in the chat called Vas a Ver, or you will see, is a bilingual, predominantly Black, Indigenous people of color, LGBTQ performance and art exhibit that's going to be really amazing. And they didn't have a Zoom and recording component. And so I'm trying to pull something together. I'm bringing my iPhone and a laptop, but if there's anybody that wants to go tonight and would like to help me, or if there's folks that would like to see it online and might be able to help with the Zoom administration, I could really use some help, because it's a little hard to do both the in-person and the online thing, and it's going to be an amazing show. So if you look at the link, yeah, so lots of Antoine Hunter and folks from Sins Invalid, and some folks that are really well known within, you know, local disability communities are going to be involved. So, yeah, and if you're in the East Bay and you're interested in grassroots organizing with anti-racist and Oakland no school closures project, you know, organizing and homefulness and rematriation work, that's something that I feel really passionate about, as well as I'm an LGBTQ disabled elder parent, so I do a lot of queer stuff as well. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Maya. Jessica?
Hi again, everybody. Two things. One is people have probably heard that Laguna Honda is having problems and there's talk of closing it. They're in the middle of a whole recertification process to keep it open. But there's a lot of talk about what are plans for people who live there, and they're working on figuring out for people that can and want to move to some kind of independent living, what does that look like? So there's going to be a hearing on all of this at the Board of Supervisors meeting next week, next Tuesday, June 14th. Someone correct me if that's not Tuesday. It's definitely on Tuesday, and it's going to be in the regular meeting at 3 or 4, but there will be public comment, even though there isn't usually on Tuesdays. So particularly from Senior and Disability Action, if you want to talk about the importance of people having different kinds of options and getting them to look into that, that would be great. And then the other thing that I want to announce is Wednesday, July 6th, I know we're planning ahead a little bit, we are doing an event online to celebrate and give information about the increased asset limit for Medi-Cal and IHSS. This doesn't affect SSI. So if you're on SSI, asset limit is still the same. But if you're only on IHSS and Medi-Cal, you can now save more money if that's possible. And you don't have to worry about getting kicked off if you have too much in your bank account. So that's really good news. And we'll talk about how that works. We have people from Canner, the California Association for Nursing Home Reform, and why am I blanking out? Another organization that is speaking. So stay tuned for information on that. Thanks.
Okay, Alice Kay, you're up next, and then I don't see any other hands, so you may have the final word here.
Hey, thanks. Well, I just wanted to build on what Rhea and Maya said regarding COVID safety activism, and also on our successful COVID safety activist campaign, and just encouraging folks to join us. One thing which has been awesome is I've been doing progressive and left activism for most of my life, and for a relatively small group, this is the most success, the fastest I have ever seen. Just one example on how effective even just writing a letter can be. We were at a meeting with Alameda County's public health officer. I was referring to some research which shows that even wearing a well-fitting N95 isn't effective if others nearby are unmasked, at least indoors. And he told me he read my public comment about it. I had no idea they were reading the health directors, the decision makers were reading our public comments directly. It's such a wonderful group. I so much appreciate Rhea and Jessica and Maya and Alyssa and everybody else who's been working on it. It's really wonderful working with folks. We do, however, for getting San Francisco and Berkeley to reinstate those broad county-wide mask requirements, need more people. So if anybody, and making sure they stay on BART and making sure they stay in Alameda County. So if folks can join, that would be wonderful, and I hope to work with you all. And also I put a guide into the chat about COVID safety access at LGBTQ Pride events, but it's actually applicable for many types, in fact, all types of cultural events and many types of activist events too.
So what is this group, Alex?
Oh, this is SDA's. What I'm talking about is our group, Senior and Disability Action's mask requirements group that Rhea is spearheading and Jessica is providing leadership for as well.
All right. Well, thank you, Alice, and thank you, everybody. It was so great to have you here, everybody. And one last plug for the survey. We need you. We really need you. Our programs need you. Our organization needs you. And so please tell us what you think of our organization. Be as frank as you want. And you get entered into a raffle to win a gift card for $25. So sorry, I keep asking, does anyone have the survey? It's in your email. It's been in the chat a few times. And I'm not the best multitasker when I'm facilitating. So if someone has the survey, they can repop in the chat right now. That would be great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'll give a couple minutes for folks to do that. And then we're going to say goodbye. So let's give ourselves a round of applause for an awesome time today. Woo.
And remember, all survey results will be ended up posted in Family Feud next week.
Frank, are you asking to save the chat because of all the information that was shared there? We will be sending out an email that has all the things we talked about listed. So don't worry about saving the chat. We will make sure you get a follow-up email with all the zillion things we're doing, exciting, fun things we're doing in the next month. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good afternoon.